This is the external inspection, starting off with foundation and walls. What we're looking for is movement in the foundation. It's often reflected in the terms of cracks in brickwork. And as we're looking around, see if there's any cracks in the foundation itself. Not that cracks are indicate a lot, just I like to know if they are there. So we're at the left elevation, we're moving now to the right. There's no weep holes over the steel lintels. We're now at the rear right, and we've got a crack running down the wall system here. Yep, that is caused by slight amount of foundation settlement, and it's actually starting, you can see here, starts at the window, okay, and it's running down and it's coming right the way through to this area here where it's relieving the stress. So the building is sinking in this direction over here, it's sinking, causing that crack to appear. It's quite recent. Let's move around the remainder of the building at the rear. Again, weep holes are missing. Not uncommon in a building of this age. Okay, we've got another settlement crack here. You can see it running down. See if we got it down at the bottom of the wall as well. Yes. Yes, we do. So that is common settlement in this area here. Yellow hat inspections, we're at the rear left elevation, and the gutters have been flooding here. It's probably due to enormous amounts of water will come running down here, and a diverter here might be a good idea. Going to move now to the right hand elevation. Over the top of that stonework, the stone lintel here, there's a crack in the mortar. It's going to allow water to get in there. The wooden surround, trim work around the window, around the end of the wall here, all of that is rotten. Yeah, we've got quite a large settlement crack here. It's right down the side here. Now that's at the front right elevation. Okay, we're at the front porch. You can see here where we've got settlement either side of the porch. We also have evidence of a water leak, and we could see the ceiling here is bowing. You can see where the water's been draining out. It's been working here for a while because we could see that it's damaged the caulking and the paintwork. The lights here are not caulked around the boss. It's true of this one across here, so they're going to leak. It's got to be caulked. We're now at the front right, and we can see here we've got the crack coming down here. So the foundation is starting to what is described as down warp. That's where the grade wall around the edge has dried out. That's through our dry weather. As it dries out, it sinks, but the middle, where the grade is protected by the foundation, doesn't dry at the same rate, and so consequently it stays up, and we get the down warping. This is the grade inspection. You can see here the swale is heavily loaded. It's running off around here. That's good grade though. It's coming right away from the building. But in the grounds we've got a lot of big trees, and here you can see this large tree here, root. It's heading around the foundation area itself. This tree is far too close to the foundation. You don't want trees that close. You want them really within 30 feet. So the grade on the front elevation is fine. It slopes away nicely from the building. The grade on the right elevation is good. And then we're at the rear yard. Now the yard does slope into the building itself, but we have some measure of protection because we've got the wall here and we've got a swale here where most of the runoff seems to be being directed. And you can see here, because it's quite a lot of erosion as the water carves away through the swale here. Starting the roof inspection, what we're looking for is the condition of the roof. Now up here we've got a downpipe emptying over the roof itself, and that is going to actually wear the shingles in this area. So I'm a little concerned about that type of thing. See if we can get a better way away from the sunlight, which is, yeah, you can see the downpipes here. We have soffit vents and we have wind turbines on the roof. but there's no ventilation on the roof over the porch. There's no soffit vent, and there's no ventilation below it. So this whole porch area here, there should at least be a soffit vent or two, and in addition to that, a ventilator. Otherwise it's going to get very, very hot in there, and that will damage the structure. So continue with the roof inspection. Moving to the front elevation now. Soffit vents. Already mentioned the rot around here. Now both those dormers up there showing considerable stress. Up the top here we've got rot up the side here. And we've got water penetration in this corner here, and also here you can see it's got onto the actual soffits itself. Hopefully that's not got into the ceilings above. We'll have a look at that when we go inside. Okay, we've taken a measurement with a moisture meter of the area thrown up by the infrared camera. Got a reading of 23%, which is basically wet. So I can confirm there's water under the or in the ceiling of the porch. So we're looking at the porch. It's only accessible by a ladder. You see in this area here we have cracks. We have cracks here and we have cracks there. That's where the water's getting in. There's cracks also up the top there, and I suspect that the flashing is deteriorating. Now in addition to that, we've got a large crack coming down here. You can see it very clearly. Now the other thing that concerns me is if you look very carefully at the window seal here, you'll note that it's bowing. It's actually dipping down, so we may have a structural issue here that needs to be investigated. The roof of the actual porch is a bitumen and hard coat, and you can see down here, can you see where it's all pocketed? I almost guarantee that this is leaking. Now in addition to that, the drain holes, which are down here, the drain holes are all blocked. So when the water does come, it's going to fall in this area and it's going to soak through. This whole porch area, the whole roof, all the way around here, the flashings, everything needs to be repaired and replaced. You're going to have constant leaking in this area. Now the column supporting the veranda fence here, the concrete fence, see we've got it moving. It's actually starting to move. This is because the structure's moving and this is becoming unstable. At some point that could very easily fall. That'd give you a headache, I tell you. We're looking at the dormer. We're at the right hand elevation of the property. And this dormer has such bad rot on it, we've even got fungus growing. You can see it there very clearly. And here we're looking at the flashings as they run up the roof there with the rake. Those flashings are absolutely terrible. They should be actually corked, or there should be a cement seal along there to stop water getting in. It's cracked, and so in heavy rains water almost certainly will be running into that crack and could possibly get inside the wall system of the house. All the gutters around the house are blocked with leaves. They need to be cleaned out. I'm at the rear elevation at the roof. I've come up here because I can't climb this roof, it's too steep for me. It's very high, I can't get my ladders to it. What I'm concerned about is there's signs here of possible mechanical damage which may have been caused by hail. So I'm recommending you have a roof inspected by a roofer. I tell you why too, the flashings all around the house are not in good condition and you need to get a price for the cost of repair. Examples of issues are here. Right up in the corner here, there's issues of water penetration. You can see where the water's come through and the shingles are now damaged. You also see there's a rodent damage on the fascia board there. So it would be well worth having a price given for repair of the roof or replacement of the roof if it's needed. I can't really tell you that. All I can tell you is what I see and what I suspect. As I say, there's some damage here, there's a damaged shingle there, there's more damage here, and really with the proper ladders that the roofers have, they'll be able to get on it and look at it for you. We're at the deck. You see here we've got the trim work here. Almost certainly water's going to be getting through into the ceiling of the port below here, and you don't want that because that can lead to deterioration over time. We have cracking tiles here. You can see it's running through the joint all the way across the floor to here. You can see also we have another crack starting here and here, and we have cracks here. In addition to that, we also have cracks on the flooring here and in the kitchen, and that one is right across here. Now these cracks are not due to structure, they're actually due to poor laying. The adhesive, there wasn't enough adhesive put down. You can hear how it sounds hollow, so there's not so much a problem of it's poor adhesive. The cracks at the edge of the walls I am putting down to structural movement. This is the electrical panel. It's actually got the cabinetry built around it, shelving. That's bad. You've got to remove that. You've got to have a clearance around it of 36 inches all the way around. Okay, this is the electrical panel. We have one pigtail connection. We don't have any arc fault detectors. Temperature relief valve is incorrectly installed. It doesn't have a safety pan. I was unable to gain access to this attic up here. You can see we have a car parked underneath it. We're in the other attic. And light not working. The insulation on the cold pipes is not in good condition. Have evidence of a water leak at the joint here. Looks like it's been sealed. It's incorrect. You don't use a sealant there. What you've got is a rubber seal, and you should only use that. We have a slow drain in the vanity on the ground floor guest. I was unable to find the GFCI reset for the garage. Sure it's here somewhere, but I can't find it because it's full of the owner's belongings and it's just blocking up the walls. This is the master bedroom shower. You see here, it's loose in the wall and it's coming away. That's going to allow water to leak in there, and of course it could damage the walls and the ceiling of the floor below. Diverter on the faucet is corroded, and the faucet, the actual shower head itself leaks. This banister here is loose. It needs to be stabilised. It's only going to get worse. It gets loose at the bottom there, and it just gets gradually looser and looser as time goes on. I'm going to measure the foundation from this point here. It's easily identifiable. It's in the middle tile, okay? And we're going to measure the peripheral of the foundation. What we're looking for is it's within acceptable limits, which is basically not changing much more than an inch over 20 feet. Range exhaust, light works, fan doesn't. Okay, this burner, and this burner works. This one doesn't. Not hot at all. Got that, it's heating up. This one heating up. That one's heating up nicely. This one's nothing. So, one of the burners, the big back burner, doesn't work. The oven light doesn't work on the oven. I've turned it on to heat, and we'll see whether it heats up. We have no trip sensors. No trips on either door. Heater, gas heater, is fired up, ignited, that's good. This is the spa. The spa's not coming on. It should come on when I press this pneumatic switch. It's very common for these to actually not work. So pneumatic switch to the blower not working. Well, I should actually check that the blower is actually on. I think it is. We'll find out when we get around here. This is the blower unit. Oh. It's on. Let's go and see if it works. Hopefully it will. But I wouldn't be surprised if it doesn't. They got a little plastic tube, takes it back to a micro switch, it's pneumatically operated. That plastic tube deteriorates over time. No, it's not working. So the blower's not working. The sweep is not working. I cannot find how to turn it on. And the pool light is not working. In addition to that, we have incorrect drain. All those types of drains that can actually suck you down. It's not got a vacuum brake on it. There is a bit clearer view. Now it looks like this might be working. My sweep, but it's not moving. No, the sweep is not functioning correctly. Let's continue around now. Around here, you see how the paving is moving away from the side of the pool. It indicates a little bit of subsidence in this area. Also, what can happen is, now that we've got this large gap here, water can get in between it and start to wash away, backwash the grade that supports the pool itself, and that can lead to all sorts of problems. So that's pretty important that that's fixed. That's the coping. Here we are, this is where we are at the pool. This is the coping on the far side of the pool from the house. And it continues all the way down here. We've actually got a lot of heaving going on here. So there's a lot of movement in the pool at the present time. Well, the paving around the pool. The pool probably is pretty stable. It's very heavy. I couldn't get the skimmers to come on. Let's see if I can find a way of getting those to work.